What if I told you that alcohol has an ancient, hidden meaning that could change the way you see it forever? The drink you see on store shelves isn't just a social pastime. It has a mystical history that stretches back to alchemy and the esoteric traditions of the past. But here's where it gets strange. The very word alcohol carries a meaning that reveals a deeper truth about its effect on the mind, body, and soul. And once you understand this, you may never look at it the same way again. The word alcohol comes from the Arabic term Al-Kuhul, originally used to describe a refined substance, a type of spirit extracted through distillation. But this word had a double meaning. In early mysticism, Al-Kuhul was believed to represent something far greater, an essence capable of influencing perception, vision, and even the soul itself. And here's where it gets dark. In ancient esoteric traditions, Al-Kuhul was sometimes linked to something even more insidious, a force that consumes the body and spirit. The belief was that alcohol wasn't just a drink, but an energy that could take possession of a person, clouding their mind and veiling their awareness. Ever noticed how people say they were possessed by the drink after a night of excess? How their actions, words, and even their memory become controlled by something other than their conscious self? This isn't just poetic language. The very term spirits used for alcohol comes from the ancient belief that drinking could invite in external influences, making a person act in ways they normally wouldn't. But the real twist? In the world of alchemy, distillation was a sacred process. It symbolized the refinement of the spirit, separating the pure from the impure. Alchemists weren't just turning lead into gold, they were transmuting the soul, seeking enlightenment and higher states of being. But here's the irony. Alcohol follows the same process of distillation, but instead of refining consciousness, it dims it. What was meant to be an instrument of elevation has, for many, become a tool of escape. Alcohol lowers your vibrational frequency. Instead of expanding awareness, it restricts it, disconnecting you from intuition, clarity, and higher perception. Many ancient traditions believed the mind is a sacred vessel, a gateway to divine wisdom. When this gateway is clouded, we lose connection to our true selves. The very state of intoxication mimics spiritual elevation, but it's a hollow illusion, a momentary escape rather than a true awakening. In nearly every mystical tradition, from ancient Egypt to Hinduism, the third eye has been revered as the seat of inner sight, intuition, and enlightenment. But here's something rarely talked about. The pineal gland, often linked to the third eye, is directly affected by alcohol. It disrupts its function, dulling the very part of you that perceives beyond the physical. This is why so many spiritual traditions encouraged sobriety, not as a rule, but as a revelation. Rumi, the great Sufi poet, often spoke of intoxication, but he wasn't referring to physical wine. He wrote, "Get drunk on love, for that is all that exists." His poetry was filled with metaphors about divine ecstasy, urging people to seek the true wine, the overwhelming bliss of unity with the divine. Osho, the provocative spiritual teacher, spoke of alcohol as a block to awareness. He said, "To be truly alive, one must be fully present." Alcohol takes you away from presence. And then there's Paramahansa Yogananda, the great yogic master who warned that alcohol veils the inner light, making meditation and higher states of consciousness harder to reach. Even in Buddhism, the 5 precepts include abstaining from intoxicants, not as a restriction, but as a means of maintaining clarity. The feeling people chase through alcohol, relaxation, euphoria, transcendence, is actually a distorted reflection of something that already exists within. That moment of ease, lightness, freedom. It's what happens when the mind releases resistance. And the great irony, true spiritual traditions teach that this state can be reached naturally through meditation, breathwork, movement, and connection with the divine. The bliss that alcohol imitates, it's just a shadow of the real thing. So, the real question is, what are you really seeking? If alcohol was never an option, how would you find peace? How would you access joy? Because the truth is this: the path to true transcendence isn't found in a bottle, it's found in awakening. And that journey starts now. If this journey into hidden wisdom sparked something in you, you're only scratching the surface. Here on the Lost Sigil, we explore the forgotten knowledge of the ancients, the secrets of the soul, and the wisdom hidden in plain sight. But most people will never uncover these truths. You just did. So don't stop here. There's so much more beneath the surface. Subscribe now, and let's uncover the mysteries together.